Okay, so for Unit 3, Day 3, we're going to start focusing on writing equations of lines. All right, so they're going to give us some information about the line, and we're going to write the equation of the line in slope-intercept form. Okay, so has everybody got this copied off the screen to start with? Okay, so it says write the equation of the line in slope-intercept form that goes through the given point with the given slope. So what does the equation of a line in slope-intercept form look like? Y equals mx plus b. We're familiar with that. And what does m represent? The slope. And b represents y-intercept. So what two things do you need to write the equation of a line? Slope and the y-intercept, correct? So on number 1, what did they give me? A point that's on the line and the slope of the line. What did they not give me? The y-intercept. The y-intercept. They didn't give me b, did they? So my first job is to find b, the y-intercept. How do you suppose we can get b? What do we plug in? I just see m. Right, because I mean, if they give us the ordered pair, they give us the x value and the y value, correct? Correct? All right, so 3 is going to go in for x. Oops, I'm trying to write an x. Negative 1 is going to go in for y. M is 5, and that's all of the variables, and I can plug those in and get b. Y'all see that? So, what is y? Negative 1 equals what's m? 5 times what's x? And then just leave it plus b because we're going to solve for b. So what's 5 times 3? So negative 1 equals 15 plus b. Now how do I get b by itself? Subtract 15 on both sides. And what's negative 1 minus 15? Negative 16 equals b. Everybody okay with how we got b? Yeah, later. All right, so how can I write my equation of the line? I have m and I have b. So I just plug them in correctly? Correct? Not correctly, correct. Okay. So y equals, what's my m? 5x, and what's my b? Minus 16. There's my equation of the line. So you do just plug in your coordinate for x and y, your slope for m, and then solve for b, and then put them together, the m and the b, in the equation of lines. It's not bad at all. All right, so number 2, same thing. They give us a point and the slope of the line. And if they give us a point, what do they give us? What does a point have? An x and a y. Very good. All right, so what goes in for our y? 8. I don't know what that is. 8 equals, what's my slope? 2/3 times what's x? Negative 6 plus b. Everybody okay with how we plugged it in? Now what are we going to do? Well, multiply, yeah. So top times big divided by bottom, right? 2 times negative 6 is? Negative 12 divided by 3 is? Negative 4. See, look, we didn't cry about that fraction. Y'all are getting better. 8 equals negative 4 plus b. Now what? Add 4. What's 8 plus 4? 12 equals b. So now that I got b and I have m, what's my equation of the line? Plus 12. Final answer. Any questions? Now they're going to give me something different. This time, what are they giving me? 2 points. And if I'm writing in slope-intercept form, what 2 things do I need? M and B, right? Did they give me either one of those? Look again. Yes. Just the 0. That's the y-intercept, isn't it? That's on the y-axis, right? They snuck it in. They snuck it. So what's B? Negative 8. How do we get M if we have 2 points? Yeah, M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. What's y2? Negative 8 minus 1 over minus negative 3. So that's negative 9, and that's 0 plus 3, right? Over 3. What's negative 9 over 3? Negative 3. So my slope is negative 3. I got M and I got B. So what's my equation? Negative 3x minus 8. Okay, so if they didn't tell me the B in an ordered pair, I would do like I did previously to get B after that, right? Right? But lucky for us, it was less work because they snuck it in as an ordered pair. Y'all with me? So if they have 0 for the x value, that y value is your y intercept. All right, questions on that one? Okay, I'm sorry. Tell me when y'all are good. Y'all good? Okay. All right. This time, did they give you M or B? Nope, they didn't give you either one, did they? No. No, so we're going to have to do a little bit of extra work. So question, if we don't have M or B, either one, which one do we need to find first? M. M. Does it matter? Does it matter? Can you find B without having the slope? No, you got to plug it in for M, right? Right? So if you don't have either one, you have to find the slope first. Write that down, highlight it if you need to. Find the slope first. Where's my highlighter? Find your slope first. If you don't have either one, find your slope first. All right, how do we find the slope? Very good. What is y2? Minus, over, minus, negative 2. What is negative 1 minus 5? And negative, or 2 minus 2, 2 minus negative 2, I'll get it right in a minute, is 2 plus 2, right? Which is 4. And what is negative 6 over 4 reduced to? Negative 3 over 2. Is that okay with everybody? All right. So, now what do I need? There's my slope. There's my M. Plug it into y equals mx plus b. What point do we use? You can use either one. Yes. Make sure when you can pick which point you use. All right. Just make sure that the x and y come from the same point. So I like to circle or put a box around the point that, I didn't mean to erase anything. I like to put a box or a circle around the point that I'm choosing so that way I keep going back to the same point. Got it? It don't matter which one you use. Some people always use the first one. Some people always use the second one. I usually like to pick the ones that have smaller numbers on them and less negatives if there's one that's all positive and one that's all negatives. Okay? So I just pick whichever one looks simplest. This one, they're about the same. So my y value, if I use 2, negative 1, is what? Negative 1. My slope is negative 3 over 2. My x value is, no, it's not. It's 2. There you go. All right, then I keep negative 1 out there. What's negative 3 over 2 times 2? Yeah, don't these cancel? Can I just cancel those? And if not, if you don't believe me, negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3. Yeah, if they're the same, the big one in the top or the big one in the bottom are the same, they cancel out basically. Plus b, and then you add 3. What's -1 plus 3? Not -2, +2. So there's b. Now I've got m and b, so put it together. What's my equation? X plus 2. Any questions? So that's like seriously the most work you'll have to do is when you have to find the slope using the formula and then also plug in and get b. Okay? That's the most work you'll ever have to do. Promise. On these problems. No. Just wait till we do some quadratics. We'll do problems that I'll have to scroll my screen because it won't fit. Okay. Da-na-na-na-na. Okay. What the heck is this? What is this, y'all? Function notation. Right? We've seen function notation before, haven't we? Yeah, like last week. Right? Last week we saw function notation. So these are just ordered pairs. Right? That's all they are is ordered pairs. So what's this ordered pair? What's the x value? 4. X value is always in the parentheses, right? And what's the y value? 9. And y'all, hint, they go in order. The first number is your x, the second number is your y. Okay? They're in order. So all you have to do is change them to ordered pairs. 4, 9. And what's the other ordered pair? -4, -7. So if they give you function values, don't freak out. Just change them to ordered pairs, okay? All right. Did they give you M or B? No. Which one do you have to find first? Got to get M, use the formula. So M is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. What number is y2? Minus over minus. Okay. Simplify. What's -7 minus 9? Over what's -4 minus 4? And what's -16 divided by -8? +2. Nice. So there's my slope. Now we got to get B, right? How do we get B? You're going to use y equals mx plus b. Which point do y'all want to use? 4 or 9? All right. I like 4 and 9 too. It's all positives, right? If I have a choice, I'm going to pick one that's all positive or whichever one has smaller numbers if that's the case. All right. What goes in for y if I use 4, 9? 9. What goes in for m? What goes in for x? 4 plus b. What's 2 times 4? So 9 equals 8 plus b. How do I solve for b? And what's 9 minus 8? 1. So 1 equals b. So I've got both of them. What's my equation? Any questions? Easy, medium, or hard? Okay. You guys try these two. Both of them. Question, is -6 a y-intercept? No, it's an x-intercept, isn't it? Okay, so you're going to have to find b. Okay, so if we have x squared minus 14x plus 48. These are not equations, these are actually expressions like in unit 7, right? So here the UCF is 1, we have 3 terms, so we would make a table of factors, yes? I know this is technically it's optional, but I've given everyone one, and right now I can look at the you add the -14 and multiply it +48. So -1, -48, -2, -24. Right, I'm gonna run to the office real quick because I forgot to put something in somebody's box while y'all working that, okay? So y'all just take it. Go meet Jenny.
-6, -8, and the two factors at work are -6 and -8. The leading coefficient is 1, so in all of these problems, you're gonna go straight to the binomial factor of x minus 6 and x minus 8. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go down to the bottom of the page where it says number. Okay, and I'm looking for binomial factors of x minus 6 and x minus 8. So if I look in 1, 4, 7, and 10, they don't match there. 2, 5, 8, 11, they don't match. 3, 6, 9, and 12. 6 has the binomial of x minus 6. Does everybody see that? Okay, so I'm gonna write the rest of the row. That's gonna tell me what number I'm supposed to. Okay, now you all where it says color. That's where you're gonna use the binomial factor x minus 8, since we've already used x minus 6. What color says x minus 8? Dark blue.
I got 2 for 8.
So what is it?
Did you get 2? Did you get 2 for M? 2 for M?
Who wants to check their answers?
Did you get 12 for B, 2 for M?
Two legs plus 12.
It works the same way as the leading coefficient is not 1. Now, what you have to do if the leading coefficient is not 1? So these are two different cases. Okay, we say to do that, so you can write them down, and I'll put it on the board as well.
Just unlock it.
I don't have a button on mine. I wish mine had like a button or something where I could lock it from the backside. I'm keeping it safe. I'll protect you guys.
All right.
That's right. I got Christ.
Now, today.
Ninja moves.
You'll rip up your speaks.
No comment. No comment.
That was so much.
I'm not saying a word.
I don't get it.
I bet she forgot she was recording.
I'm recording right now. I'm refraining. I'll just teach facts. Refrain from my opinions. You're way too loud.
What's the report stop?
She's like,
Yeah, I don't get into political debates. I don't get into it.
oh, it was.
I still don't,
I watched it. I paused it and rewound it and re-listened to things.
Fox News.
What are we talking about?
Oh, I watched it twice. But I'm not talking about. Y'all got your equations written? Okay. Y'all finish your equations. Now, if you lose your sheet, you lose your Done did. Hang on. She done did it.
Done did it.
She did.
What I want to say.
She done. Taylor, let her work.
If you look to the very left side,
Always minus. You always put a minus, like double this. There you go. You're welcome. Anybody else need any assistance?
Y'all need help, let me know. Today what we're doing, we're simplifying radical expressions. So we're kind of here out of factoring a little bit today. But do you need to forget any kind of factoring?
Wait for my freeze button.
No, you don't need to forget any kind of factoring. Yeah. All right, y'all take your equations with your neighbors if you haven't already. We are shifting here.
My name is
Time, that's all I know, like, or
Okay, on number 6. Did they give y'all M or B on number 6? No. Which one did you have to find first? You have to find M before you can find B. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. What number is y2? 0. I need participation, y'all. 0 minus what is y1? 8 over x2 minus -2. So on top, 0 minus 8 is -8 over, that's -6 plus 2, which is -4. And what? It's not writing. And what's -8 divided by -4? +2. Did y'all get +2 for your slope? If you don't get your slope right, you're not going to get your B right or anything else right. So you've got to be careful with your signs doing your slope, okay? We've already quizzed on that, all right? That's why we've already learned it and quizzed on it. All right, we ready? Okay, y'all are fine. All right, so y equals mx plus b. Now, y'all, this is where our work might look different depending on what point you pick. So, raise your hand if you pick to use -2, 8. Raise your hand if you pick to use -6, 0. Ooh, it looked like more of us picked -2, 8. Taylor, which one did you pick? Did you raise your hand for both? Okay. Okay. Well, I'm going to pick the first one because the majority of us picked the first one. And if you missed it and you need me to work it with the other point, I'll do it with the other point too, okay? We still should get the same B no matter which point we picked, okay? You still should get the same B. So I'm going to say 8 equals 2 times -2 plus B. 8 equals -4 plus B. Add 4 on both sides. I'm getting 12 for B. Did everybody get 12 for B? Anybody not get 12 for B? Who didn't? Somebody didn't get 12. Who didn't get 12?
No, Taylor said that's what he got.
Okay. Okay, good. You're supposed to. You're not listening. You need to talk less and listen more. Yes, I did. It doesn't matter if you pick which point. You should still get 12 for B. All right. Do I need to work it using another point? Is everybody okay and got 12 for B, right? Okay. So now I've got M and B. Y equals 2x plus 12. Raise your hand if you got that for your final equation. We good? Okay. So the next ones are in function notation, correct? All right. What are those as ordered pairs? 2, 7, and 4, 6. All right. So which one do you have to find first, M or B? M. So y2 minus y1 over x2. What the heck? I don't know what that was. Japanese or something. X2 minus x1. What is y2? 6 minus what's y1? Over x2 minus x1. And that reduces to -1/2. Did everybody get -1/2 for the second slope? All right. Raise your hand if you use 2, 7. Raise your hand if you use 4, 6. Some of you did not answer me. Raise your hand if you use 2, 7 to get B. Raise your hand if you use 4, 6 to get B. Oh, it's about the same. I'll do 4, 6 because I did the first one last time. It don't matter. Everybody should get the same B, right? No matter what point you pick. So if I use 4, 6, 6 is my Y. Negative 1/2 is everybody's slope. And 4 is my X. And a negative 1/2 times 4 is negative 2, right? And then I add 2 on both sides. 6 plus 2 is. Did everybody get 8 for B? Raise your hand if you did not get 8 for B. What point did you use?
I did wrong. I used, because the one that's in the numerator, I got, you can't do 2 if it's not.
What are you even talking about?
For M, I got M wrong.
So then you should have told me that earlier. Okay. Fix M. If we don't get M right, we sure ain't getting B right? Okay. All right. So what's my equation? Y equals negative 1/2 X plus 8. Raise your hand if you got that for your final answer. Any questions about writing equations in slope-intercept form? Okay. So let's just talk for a second. We have learned 2 forms of equations of lines already, right? We've learned slope-intercept form.
Because 16 times 2 is 32, yes?
What does slope-intercept form say? Y equals mx plus b. And we also have talked about standard form. And that was on your quiz, right? There you go, Joseph. This is on your quiz. Standard form. Ax plus by equals c. Okay? Literally a quiz question. Y'all agree? Tell them. Yep. And then that and slope formula. This and this and then slope formula. Now there's one form of equation of a line that we haven't talked about yet, and that is called point slope form. Well, you're about to see it. I'm just going to add it to our list. Point slope form. It looks more complicated than it is, trust me. Yeah. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. It looks complicated, but it's not.
It's easier than what we understood.
It can be a shortcut. Write that down. That's our third type of equation of a line.
So what I want you to do, so the square root button, you're gonna do second x squared, and the radical should show up. Type in 32 and press enter.
Teachers.
Now, that's what we're not doing, that's that decimal number, yeah? Now what I wanna do, so we simplified this.
No, when you worked there in school, I was texting you, right? All right. So y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. And it's called point slope for a reason. You use it when you have a point and a slope. So if you have a point on the line and you have the slope of the line, Andrew, you up? Then you can use point slope form. You got to have those two things to use point slope form. So slope intercept form, what did you need? What did you need for slope intercept form? The line intercept and the slope. Point slope form, all you need is a point on the line and the slope. Okay? All right. So it says use point slope form to write the equation of the line in slope intercept form. So instead of finding a B, we're going to start with point slope form on this. Okay? Instead of finding B, we're going to use point slope form. Because aren't I given a point and slope? Yeah. I'm given a point and slope, so I can use point slope form. Now, y'all, you just plug stuff into the correct spot. Okay? It's linear. So y and x are going to stay y and x. Okay? We're going to plug into the y1, the m, and the x1. Okay? That's all we're doing. So our ordered pair, our point, goes in for x1 and y1. So the x goes for x1, the y goes for y1. Okay? Okay. So, something about point slope form, it doesn't look very neat. It's not really pretty when you put it together. So here we go. You're going to write y minus. Always, always start with y minus. Now, what number is y1? 3 equals, what number is m? 5 parentheses. X minus always goes there in parentheses. What is x1? 2. And there it is in point slope form. Yep. Now, the only thing is if you have negatives in your ordered pair, you'll have minus the negatives and you'll have to change them to pluses. So if you have minus negatives, you'll have to change them to plus. That's all you have to do for point slope form. Okay? But it says to start it in point slope form and finish it in what? Slope intercept form. So point slope form does have parentheses, right? Does slope intercept form have parentheses? No, it does not. So how do we think we get rid of our parentheses here? Distributive property. So we're going to say y minus 3 equals, what's 5 times x? And what's 5 times negative 2? Negative 10. Y'all with me? I just distributed. Now, I'm left with y minus 3 equals 5x minus 10. Well, the y is in the right spot. 5x minus 10 is looking pretty good for slope intercept form. But this minus 3 is out of place, isn't it? So what do I need to do to get rid of this to put it in slope intercept form? Add 3. Where do I put it with? Yeah, the constants go together. Y'all remember what a constant is? It's a number without a variable, right? Right? So constants go together. They're like terms. So minus 3 plus 3 cancels. Y equals 5x minus 7. Now does it look like slope intercept form? Yes. So now it has to be, don't it? Yeah, and I didn't have to plug in to get it. So this is another way you can write an equation of a line with a point and a slope. Is you can plug it into point slope form, simplify and distribute, and then move the constants together, basically.
Is that a shortcut to the last?
When you have a point and a slope. If you don't have a slope, then you can do your slope and then do it, or you can do like we did earlier, plug in and get B, either way.
Which one do you think closer to you?
However you prefer, as long as you show me your work and I can figure out what you're doing. Okay? Is that fair?
Do we have to have this memorized by the next quiz?
Well, your test is Wednesday of next week. So, yeah.
Do we need to write it for every time we do it, like on the practice?
I wouldn't. Top of your page will be fine. Okay? Same thing. We're starting at point slope form, and we're going to slope intercept form. Okay? And just so I have it on my screen, y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1 is point slope form. So the ordered pair are what two pieces of the puzzle? X1 and Y1. Oops, I don't know what just happened. X1. It's reading my touch screen too much. And I can't erase that red mark. Sorry, y'all. X1 and Y1. So I'm going to say Y minus. You always start with Y minus. What is Y1? Negative 4. So I'm going to change it to the parentheses, and I can fix it later. Equals, what's my M? 6 times x minus, what's x1? Negative 2. And then, so you see those double negatives everywhere? Yeah, the only thing you have to do is simplify double negatives, which means change them to plus signs. So y plus 4 equals 6 times x plus 2. So sometimes you'll have no double negatives. Sometimes you'll have either this double negative or this double negative, and sometimes you have both. Okay, just depends on your coordinates and which ones have negatives and positives. Okay? So now it's in point slope. Once you clear up double negatives, you're in point slope form. Okay? But we want to get to slope intercept form. So what do I need to do first? Distribute. Yeah, distribute first. Get rid of your parentheses. So y plus 4 equals what? 6x plus 12. Very good. And get your constants together. So subtract 4 from 12. So y equals what? 6x plus 8. All right. You okay? All right. Y'all try this one.
Some of you already got this, that's okay. Keep going. If you're struggling with number 8, so remember how, and I didn't do this with everyone, because once you get used to it, it goes a lot quicker. We listed the factors of 32 right here. Okay? So if you're struggling with this, I would just go ahead and I see some of you doing it. This is the factors like we do in our table of factors. So we got factors of 1 times 48, 2 times 24. Let's see, 3 times 16, 4 times 12, and 6 times 8, yes? Right? So then go through and identify the largest perfect square factor. So if I look, the two perfect squares are 4 and 16. Which one is larger? 16. So I'm choosing 3 and 16 for my factor. It has to be the largest. It has to be the largest. And the reason why 12 has a perfect square factor of 4 is 4 times 4 is 16. Right? So now we rewrite this as radical 16 times 3. Product property of radicals, so we can rewrite this. Radical 16 times radical 3. And the square root of 16 is 4, so this simplifies to 4 radical 3. Does that help? Okay, so knowing that on number 8, apply that to number 9 and see if you can get number 9.
Not completely. All right, check it with somebody. Remember, you're going from point slope form, slope intercept form. Okay, what is the formula for point slope form? Very good. I knew what he meant. Math, right? Okay, so do you have a point and slope? Yeah, so I'm going to say y minus, what number is y1? Negative 2 equals what's m? Times x, what the heck, my pen? X minus what's x1? 6. So then we plugged it in. Now what do we have to do? Not yet. Fix your double negatives, right? Okay, so y minus -2 changes to y plus 2. All right. Now it's in point slope form, right? Y'all, I am tired of the side conversations going on during my lessons. It's disrespectful, it's rude, and some of the people that are having these side conversations are people that need to be paying attention because they're not doing as well as they can, and maybe if they would pay attention, they would do better. It's happening multiple times on multiple days, and this is the end of it. The end of it. Okay? Thank you. All right. So is everybody okay with how we got in point slope form? Okay, now what do I need to do?
Distribute your property. -4x
-4 times x is -4 times -6 is plus 24. All right, now what? Get your constants together. Y equals what? Aren't y'all glad we didn't graph that one? That's a nice big y-intercept. Raise your hand if you got that for your equation in slope-intercept form. Are there any questions? But are there? Okay, so I'm going to stop notes, but I do want to review something real quick. Whoopsie.